Hello, Lake City. I'm here with Mayor Nick Long for another short segment with Mayor Long. And today we're going to talk about boats and a new ordinance that got passed on Tuesday by City Council.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've been working on this for well over a year, and this came up through speaking to a variety of citizens about a variety of topics, all having to do with boats. Originally, it actually came out of just the abandoned boats in the lake. And so we went out with the General Land Office, took a tour of the lake, and that was about 18 months ago. And at that point, there was about 26 abandoned boats.
Wow.
And that obviously poses a variety of issues from dangers with navigation. Some were sunk just under the water, to issues when a storm comes in, crashing into bulkheads, and then environmental issues. They were leaking gasoline, leaking oil, and just generally messing up the lake. And so we started down that road and really found out a lot of these boats had either been abandoned in the lake or they had been abandoned in a marina and then ended up in the lake somehow. And so we started diving into this further and further and further. And we also had several high-profile incidents happen in Lake City. We had 2 murders in marinas in the last 18 months. And we realized we had an issue with kind of unregulated liveaboards on these boats. And so we talked to the other municipalities across the lake. Nobody had really come up with a solution. And everybody said, hey, if Lake City comes up with it, we'll implement the same thing. Exactly. Yeah. So we kind of took the lead on it, and our legal department has worked with the General Land Office and worked with the marinas across town to come up with a policy that would address the abandoned boats, address the liveaboards, address the conditions in the marinas, and the environmental side of that as well with the discharge of waste. And so several months ago, we did a workshop, and we took some of the feedback from that and from council and from the marinas and the citizens again, and we refined the ordinance. And now we finally got it to a point where we thought it was good to go, and we passed it on Tuesday.
In a nutshell, what does the ordinance do?
Yeah, so the ordinance does a couple different things. First of all, on the liveaboards, it establishes a permit process. And during that permit process, if you want to live on your boat, we're going to go check to make sure the boat is seaworthy, make sure that you're not sending the waste directly back into the lake, making sure that there's some way to collect that and get it processed correctly. And then really identify the quality of the marina and make sure that that's up to snuff as well. And then the second part is how we're going to take care of abandoned boats at the marinas. What we don't want to do is just those boats just to be pushed out into the lake where then it becomes everybody's problem. And so we've established the procedures behind that and established how we're going to get ahead of this. And so really those are the 2 big aspects of it. It's controlling the liveaboard situation, making sure those are safe and environmentally sound, and then also getting ahead of the abandoned boats.
Well, Lake City leading the way again. Thank you for joining us today for a short talk with Mayor Long, and thank you for joining us as well.
Thanks.